Watayari West TV omurundo gundi reka nkwakire Okwetebakanisiza zitu ezitari zimwe na zimwe webare kuba nozikuratira nkaburijo kwiha burashesha mpaka bukwateine anyano banje omu studio okuruga omururembo mbarara mwebare okubane muherezi hanga obutaruha Ivan Nyesiga nigo mazina ganje kandi ndikuhereza kuruga omururembo rukuru orwihanga Kampala Uganda akandi akabungu akutwabasa kuba nitusimba hamakanda obase kuba oraketa ndeje obwahati twafunaho omugisha okuba nitweyinjibwaho owekitinisa Haji Luimauzeil Gasana akandi ogogu ayorekerire okwesimba ahantebe y'obunyeshenjero ariko rabera omukigombe echa Democratic Party ningashi ombugufu DP na munonga omumbarara y'amashuma ningashi mbarara South erizo turenda kushekura obwonko turagamba nshonga ezitari zimwe na zimwe turi kubuza abwenki omubigombe byona ebiri omu Uganda abwenki abasize kubana aturanamo echa DP ningashi Democratic Party okureba ngu yarabira mu ryecho Kibiina okwesimba bunyeshenjero bwihanga atugambire eshonga ahabwenki aba DP bagire omurimbarara kandi habaho mivuyo kandi twenda ayongera atugambireho omukago gwa Democratic Party hamuna National Resistance Movement bubire ebire marriage ninga nahabwo burungi ninga we nashagika Democratic Party okora emirimo yayo eteyine agikwasira mukono neshonga ezindi nkeza Electoral Commission akachiko akari kurebera akari kutebekanisa ebya Akaruuru omwihanga area Uganda nikabatwaza batabo nkaba DP bitu ebyo byona tutakabigire muri katubase kubana tuhereza okitinisa Haji Uzeiru Gasana abase kubana atwakoraho tushumurre ntanda haza tushekura ubwonko paka bunugire okitinisa tukwakira Tayari West TV
abari ba Tayari West TV nabaramsya amazina Haji Uzeiru Gasana aspiring MP Mbarara City South ndenza arwa ya Katete Nyamtanga Division niyo nkurire niyo nshomire cyo kureba am the favorable candidate of that area nabakira
nikirunje munonga hati deka tutandikire ahanshunga ebibina twine byinji munongo mwihango muri ya Uganda ugira FDC National Unity Platform National Resistance Movement tinoza PFF nozitandikire nebindi na Democratic Party omubine byone binagamba ahabwenshi orunzire ekigombe kya DP kibe kigombe ekyo rukwenda kwesimberamu ekirakutware omwishinjiro rukuru erihanga Uganda
ngatola na DP because of few reasons ekyo kubanza political parties zirinka business ngono za kora business oyina kuronda ekintu kikwimisa business yawe kitakuza kukiteka hansi ekyo kubanza ni location ekya kabiri target market ekya kashatu branding ya your business nekya kana appearance and nebigenderera bya business yawe one nani nonde Kibiina cha politics have to look into the background of Kibiina. DP started 1954 imazile miaka nkaga in existence. DP it has changed leadership for 7 times. Ekya kashatu DP it has ever led Uganda. DP it has a president of Uganda in existence. I don't know if you know about that. So waza kureba ebibina byone biruho all these new generating political parties bona ne barugo mu DP. So DP has been a political institution for all the political parties in Uganda. Ekikumanyisa ngu waba ati kiringo mwana ya ebitu byakurema ne bajaga ruko wanyomuka ozamararo gaba shwenkuru bawe utunge migisa ogaruke. So nyowenyenzire kutunge migisha and the other political elders because the DP is the elders or the elder of all the political parties. So Museveni he was in DP. Okay, the entire 90% of NRM was in DP. The 100% of DF was in DP. The 95% of NOP was in DP. The 90% of PFF was in DP. So nikimanisha secho ngu DP niye kukora buri Kibiina ngo amagezi giba kosa gona to make their own political parties nibagihankayi DP
Museveni akaba ari mu DP kadi yanyara jigarwe
Museveni no DP Museveni kyaruho ati yaza ngo mu kanisa tebakamugita because Akaruuru ombufumbo kandi yagina na marriage certificate yashwera handi achine the Democratic Party card jikora Museveni statement yagamba na herokatire mu DP
kadi yanyitaka jigaruza
Museveni no DP ati ni agent wintom NRM so DP ebebi nabyo nebyo kureba I think they are working for DP bali ni babuzabuza abantu konkana ba DP bona because you see people moving out of DP but you have never seen anyone saying no DP najirugamu na kadi yanyu njiji nakora ki najigaruza
wenchi ne baremera kadi za
because DP niyo kuchirayo burungi nibenda ate amaguru gari yo kunanoko kure kubira areme agaruko muka this is the home DP yote kurugaho because all other political parties give it 5 years they will not be exist most of them have made on missions
emyaka 5 kuruga hati tine ekigombe cyarabe kiriho mu Uganda
biza kuba biruho but most of them 50% they will just appear by name
wenchi berachwecherera wenchi wakorejo prediction
because they are on mission not to change anything but to fight some individuals most of them have made political parties basing on jealousy no most of them are jealous ngwa Ivan Nansingata leka mulike ngo nyina mani nanyenze kuriya you see in politics that's why nibagira ngo umuntu akwenda kwesimbaho wa MP oyine kubo in senior 6 no manya bantu baragize degree bachelors masters PhD do you know what the reason why bakabi neshonga ngo umuntu wena akumara senior 6 na yakiro myaka 2018 naba nacenga kandi politics nembera z'abantu bawe abakuza kwebemberera they tell every day they change tukubaza kushoma ngo nagenda na shomati nyo bampire degree nimanya abantu bambara south nje chikumanyisa ngana wawe in PhD you can't fail to know the issues of your people so politics is about common sense it's not about politics it's not about how many books you have it's not about how many years you've spent in politics because every day politics changes every day politics changes so oshanga ngu DP ebibi nabyo nabyo kureba byona bijiro mu DP so why would I join these new parties when the grandfather is there me I decided to go in the grandfather of political parties that's why I chose DP has a nice symbol enfuka twine enfuka we cannot live we cannot get food you know Uganda's economy is based on agriculture do you know that
yeah it is the
backbone so enfuka tekaburo mu agriculture you cannot say agriculture and okatanisa mu enfuka so ito tuli enfuka nziza kubahingira bariye bigute kubari igute bagende bakore ibintu byabo ito tusigare wa so aba yakwe
abantu nibagamba ngo waba otijiro mu kigombe ekiri omuntebe obwahati service delivery ningashi okwisya obuhereza abantu nikija kugomera
manya niwe nshonga yanje nyizire kwereza abana Uganda
uta
tinyizire kwereza bibina I'm not here to serve NRM I'm not here to serve DP but I'm here to serve my people of Mbara South their interests basically their interests are personal they are not based on political parties because political parties have their own agendas it's different from the people what they want so obodium DP obodium NRM obodium NOP we are using different colors but we are chasing one ball but with different colors norebe shayicho mpira you cannot put on the same uniform okunabana azure red ogwazure blue ori azure green ningo ogwazure yellow but mwena your target nokuteba mugoro so tuine kureba target not the colors not the parties but the target yitukwenda so nitukozese bibine nga certain colors okwetanisa abandi ngutakashanga kati yudi ntwetema otakashanga nyo ntebo mugoro yanje so nyina nzire green ndikwenda kuteba mu ya yellow kandi no wa yellow na azire green ninza kutanisa ndangu nyine kuteba nkali ninza kushanga naye teba so we are using colors na nebibina not interest of the parties but kutunga wentanisa ngunyona akore kirungi ontanise no wa NRM so you start comparing takaja ngo nebo bamwe so ntwenda to do things differently ngunywe nko muntu binda akore we comparing no wa NRM orebe ngo nikichiro because nibagira ngo wano nda kutunga ikintu cyota katunga oga we ne kore ikintu cyota kakora oga so abantu bona bambara abantu ba Uganda abantu ba Western babire nibahereza NRM bururu kandi baremwa kutunga ibibakwenda so mwana wenda kutunga ibimo 900 mutora ne DP it's an alternative you see if you can get
Haji Uzailu Gasana ijeri president akaba ali busega ari kwigura katari ebigambe bakabigamba kandi yaguma munabigaruka yagumiza munabigarukamu nobu yagire omuri Makindi division ari kuronkinga uruguto rwa Salama Kemera obuyabi nagamba hona abantu yagamba ati munsindikira abantu abari kwijira omukibiina cyanje kwenda mufune bintu ebimukwenda a government mutongera kunsindikira opposition and that is key. Head of state yamera kakolejo statement agamba munsindikira abantu abatari ba opposition munsindikira abantu kwenda mwaba ne mwenda okufuna obuhereza bubanguhire. We cannot undermine that statement. That's why
ejunior poor leadership yo twena itukurwanisa poor leadership ngo whatever circumstance twena tuyaba abanya Uganda oyihire bibina bitukurugamu oyihirema amadini gitukurugamu oyihire wenganda zitukurugamu twena tuyaba na Uganda bana bakora budget ya Uganda. It is not a budget of NRM, it's a budget of Uganda ni mpango ne tukire bibina twena. So President Museveni yarwaye kugira ngo umuntu wena kwenda kutunga ekintu mu Uganda ayino kuba ari wa NRM areka kugira ngo ababibine bindi nga batakumikirizamu barugo mu Uganda bagimusikire kandi amyaka yashoye nkuru witogwe nkabire ndakumuteka teka kugambe ebyo nomanya waike mu myaka ejo you be a yes man nubo takutanisa mu Uganda nubo takutanisa mu dini nubo takutanisa mu Kibiina no ati myaka ya ine you should be a very good advisor.
Wena shime kwa na shajika DP ninga nupo
hata aliona habya abantu manyenyo yanshobera aliona agaruka ombitu byakoze mu 1986
because wena agamba obuhereza kwenda burahuke musindika abantu mu kibiina cyanje
manyana kugira ngo Uganda ne yitu twena bana Uganda obori wa nupu obori wa DP obori wa NRM twena tuyeba na Uganda ito ndenda bana bashoma national budget NRM budget nubo tukuza kumanya ngo ati kutunga ikintu cyo no mu Uganda nyine kwandi wa NRM because budget yashora ne ya NRM te ya Uganda suni cyane kumanya President Museveni.
Haji Uzailu Gasana deka tugambe ahanshunga ekibiina cyanyu kikazo muri mbarra umurukiko urw'abakungu delegates conference habamu okunyurra emigoyi mwenda no kwegwa mu bisya some kind of violence appeared. Now echo kikareka omushate gw'amani rwagati yabo abantu abari kugamba ngo n'abanyakigombe HRDP echi niche kibiina echo ri kwenda kubanza wafunda mu bushagiki ubwo mushate ubwo rwagati yanyu nk'abanyakibiina HRDP no teka tikira affecting a performance yawe omukufuna karura ko kugezaho kurundo mu bantu ekibiina cyawe nicyo kishimere kuba nikikuhagira umurundi gukubanza bona bakatera n'abana bakagamba ngo hati wena ryo mu DP muri mbarra reka kisindike umusigazi witu Uzailu Gasana bitu nitureba haremu okwebaganisamo omurijo conference yabiro no teka obushagiki bwawe aho ushemeye kuba nibuga ubwo kubanza tateganisibwe
hati cyo kubanza nyenda kwebaza DP ngo it held a delegates conference oya ikitiza abantu kwiza from different corners of the country kutera Akaruuru. Let me give you an example. Okareba delegate conference ya NUP, did you see it? Bakatahamu abantu igana bino papura babuchwanya kugiro mbitabo bakanga mahure kutahamu kuba rugiremo abantu igana batahire mbona baketorana benyini bakandidate nibo batahire mbatinde bakubashagika batinde bakukora ki baketorana bashora. Was that democracy? Because mwayita mwaruga mwaiza kwetorana out of camera mwayita mwazo mu room mwayisingiranamu mwashora twatorana ogwo niwe president ogwo niwe secretary general ogwo ni wo ngakumwaza mwena mwaruga mwena mwine myanya hati no wabire na agiroha.
According to you iwe echo chikorwa tikiri cha democracy.
It's not a democratic.
What is democracy?
Kanko recommend you ni kwizira democracy kanko kwizira NRM erione teka tori ine leadership ya NEC konka ni yerimu President Museveni akehandikisa abwa national chairman of NRM akehandikisa alwa katano kuyeze kwehandikisa. There is a man, a young man called Brighton Chwanuka. He came on Monday and he paid the nomination fee $1,200,000 na wakenda kwehandikisa on the national chairman of NRM. Tango do yamjira ngwe mpapura zifuirewo. What did it mean? Ngo bakakora papura ro muntu ogu? Yes, because omuntu akehandikisa bakatano amande hizabandi mwajimpa papura zaho, and it is only one candidate that registered on one post, on that very post. Ichikumanisa ngo bakakora papura ro muntu wabo oba atorine before even they went into the election. Is that democracy?
Kalika ninjira bakamushoboza as a sole candidate.
Mayati baramushoboza as a sole candidate because abizire kumwesimba bakabanga. How can you be a sole candidate? Abakwesimira obanjire. Are you a sole candidate? Nyenda kurepresentani so. Then you compare with the DP delegates conference. So Museveni yakore echo. Tukarebe ejini wajeta ki? Is it DF in Masaka? Kakubata anchire their WhatsApp group. I won't call it a political party what. Kakubata anchire, you know, it came through a WhatsApp group. Okomshiza na teganisa tukolechi, tukore Chigombe at night bakore Kibiina kyarugayo. Mama bono bakumane byebuzabuza kuteka ngano tuzabuza. So was called the Democratic Alliance, then the DF. So
ekyo Kibiina ne kya WhatsApp tikiri Kibiina kyo.
I mean konkureba, I don't know. So kuba herize barugayo bareta leadership yabo. In one day they called people on Friday, the people came, they selected, and Saturday they selected. Echikumanyisa ngo tubarahira abantu to express their interest on certain posts. The people are not elected, we are just chosen. Nyenda tugende mpora turebe. Then tuzari PFF, the same thing. So DP has a constitution. Ivan wenda kwebembera omwanya ogu, this has to be followed. Ngwana nda kuba president jona we Kibiina, we nikuba maziro mu Kibiina emyaka 10. Atikanko cyo kureberaho nibagira ngo omuntu wena kuba a member of parliament oyine kuba omazire senior 6. You have attained the level of high of UHC omazire senior 6. Hati omuntu ali senior 6 third term, he cannot contest on an NRM on a parliamentary seat. You in senior 6, you in third term. Nobura akwezi kumwe kukora ebigezo konka elections zaika, they cannot allow you because you are in senior 6. So DP nibo kuba no marayo ebiro bitano mare ku isemyaka 10 iba kwenda konka bitaka ikire, so you cannot go into an election. That's the constitution how it says. 2, it was a delegates conference. Twine kumanya bintu bibiri. You as a journalist, you have to be investigative. Mwine kumanza mtakajira ngo it was violent, it was what? Mwine kumanya bintu ebi. Ngo it was a national delegate conference. Were these people delegates that were there?
Bagamba ngo nabanya DP.
It was a national delegates conference. Baketa ba delegates. They didn't call all DP members. They called delegates. Choine kubanza kumanya abantu ababire balimba arale ashama garden were all invited delegates.
Bakija ne bagamba ngo nabo ne ba delegates.
Bayani jondi jengambira bakiza ne bagamba nabo ne ba delegates. But were they delegates? Njo twine kubanza twachondoza before going to the other issue of being violent. 2, abantu abesimbireho on the amyanya ejo, did they have the qualification to stand on those posts? So twaiza kutunga ebyo, then we come on ground. Ngwa abantu mugabachinjira heru bona, they have their invites as delegates. Abachi mugabachinjira na heru, but we haven't seen anyone looking into that. You see, tukuwasa kurebe kintu kya heru kireyo tukalema kurebe kintu kya abandizi. The violence you're claiming became at the end, but at first when they were reading people that were invited, icho tumukikamba because abantu bahandiki abana bibayesire they were written. Many people bakaleta abantu batali ba delegates batali kibabaleta on the delegates conference. So what would you expect?
Abantu ni bagamba mukaba sidelininga ebintu byanyu mukabitandikira Kampala muri kubatera kakokora bito bagamba awe bulungi bwe Kibiina, we must follow up, we must be a voice omukarura akakuza kuterwa mwakore ekikubasi kachona okura mwabo
hati me can comment on that. One, namanya the qualities and the qualification ez'abantu ababiri besimbireho bakani bikirizibwa kwesimbawo ne certain posts. One, ekyakabiri bine kutereza abantu baabo, not me, they have to send their people that we are there, that bakugira ngo bakabanga kutahamu whom they claim we are delegates. They see if they are delegates, invited delegates. Turaize kureba ebyo, then we go into that violent thing abenji mukakore ekyabi Kibiina wakireba, because tokubasa kushara omushango otabandize kutunga ekyabiro on ground exactly what conspired on that. So we need to know that first. So aheze then tuzombindi ekyakabiri violence eyabiro mu DP nga kumukugira niki, it has nothing to do with my candidature. Nyone esimbire abantu bambara south bine bizibu byabo ebitakwatine na delegates conference ya DP abana babo tibakushoma, because the delegates conference that was in ya DP omuruti egabeta kuza kuteka amashomero bine bizibu byamarwaru. The delegates conference wasn't going to build hospitals, bine ebuzibu bwobutare, bine ebuzibu bwokuburemeromo. So the delegates conference had no any answer to all of those. Sekikumanyisa ebintu bikwatine na nebizibu by'abantu bangi. Mwina kugira ngo I'm using another color to identify myself. Gukora ndebo mayongo haji yarabaho. No wa green, no enfuka. Wamani. Sisimbo. So, ebe abiro mu DP na nachi ati wakwata abantu abogamba ngo bakabanga kwesimba wakawatwara mbarane basakure y'Akaruuru. Kadhe
bakora campaign Akaruuru barakafu
abe bayangire kwesimba
mwaba hakagisha okwesimba
kano habangire kwesimba
akachecheyo kanyu kagumangi
kata
kagumangi ne, because one of the men who was on camera commenting ari kugamba DP harimo abana hamwe nabyana
ebintu bikaburo mu family and kanto kanga abantu to think the way they want. I'm not saying DP is 100% correct. I'm not saying that. Konkanyo nko muntu I don't move on hearsay. I don't. May I move on facts. I've given you my reason why I support DP. NRM yokugamba ngo buli muntu ine kwesimba mu NRM nagambira. DP has changed leadership for six times. NRM has had leadership for one time. Omuntu omuwe nkano watekire NRM emyaka 20.
Haji uzairuga sana. NRM wajigamba ho cyaturetera enshonga yo kugamba aha mukagugwanyu na NRM nitureba DP eriyo mu mukago na NRM
ni eriyo mu mukago na DP. NRM ni eriyo mu mukago na DP.
Kandi tureba president wanyu niwe yagenzire yaronda president Museveni
mulonda nkai State House neyo
kandi ubwo umukurembeze wa w'ikigombe echa NRM
Museveni amakaga Museveni ngalirwa kitura wono nda kumuronda no mujanga nkai State House neyo abanya Uganda na DP katoro mu State House ejo. So DP tayaronzere State House is a neutral place for all Ugandans to meet because ne chombe kocha abanya Uganda. So NRM ni eri mu cooperation na DP because at Museveni
NRM niwe yabaronzire
ni yaturonzire because lo mayani bagira ngo utakumanya y'urugire tukubaza kumayo gukora ki. So NRM it's back to their root cyokura ne turonda
warebire owekitine sano batamawu ari questora ari kuronda president
okuronda. What do you mean okuronda?
Chairman wa NRM
atikankubuza nyona kugira ngo to meeting aha nimba nakuronda.
You know that is a different arrangement. Tukugamba president wa DP.
Where did you want them to meet?
Enshongeri akwestora no hayi mukire mutahi we.
Nyona kubuza okano endaba meeting enkai.
Ati
where they met is not an issue. But what they talked about and what they discussed is an issue. Bakani bagamba abintu nga DP ninga bakani bagamba ebintu bikuyamba abanya Uganda.
Bakabari kugamba DP na NRM.
You see,
nibwo mukago guturi kugamba.
Ati DP has a constitution and a very good one. NRM has a constitution, also a very good one. So if wagita constitution ezibiri, the Ugandans batunga buhereza bulungi because you've added efforts and what. So that cooperation was not about DP and NRM. The cooperation was about Ugandans. Ngu ati nkako kujikoko wajira ngu Museveni abire naenda abantu bakwisimba bona bebali aba NRM. So that cooperation yekagira ngu acho kugamba tichikire twena tujabanya Uganda because we are living in a multi-party democracy. Ngubuli kibiina kyona kine kwekundira mu ngangeri, not NRM alone. So DP zangu nonanyi nababaka bangi abantu bali bakukikira bina kutunga eki nonanyi n'ekitinso kyanje tulina kukimplementing this and this. Ngutwala tuyina emyanya twena tukigabane tuyire ebibiina kozi twena tuyabanya Uganda oba wantunga ngutulebe kutunga abantu ati ukwate omuntu wa NRM atine mugasho atine ki omwanya because is an NRM oshanga service delivery yadlenga because you already know torane kibiina. That's the politics of identity. You already know torane kibiina konkato bushobozi ngowa DPR abasa omwanya akukore owanupu yana abasa kwa minister na certain post bagumuhereze owa DF yana abasa omwanya nabo bagumuhereze ngu Uganda yona we share on that cake train. That was the cooperation agreement. It wasn't a cooperation agreement ngu NRM na DP bali binechiba kutensa because NRM na DP. So after you have decided on something nichikuza kuba because you have decided as a political party. But you're leading a country, not a political party. We are in Uganda, not a political party. This is called the Republic of Uganda, not a political party. You see, Uganda is this Uganda is bigger than NRM, DP, bigger than M7, bigger than NRM and other parties. So we are here on interest of Ugandans. To amplify our voices. So a cooperation agreement, me am okay with it. Because I never did that. One in the Quran, some other wow, when you come here. Museveni, we are Obote. He was in the Obote government. So you are man Obote in and out. So it was easy for him to overthrow Obote. Basi mogera bari hari bakarema. They were NDP baremo. Hati otokaji kumanozira buli kimwe otekatekeno za kutunga ekyo kwenda. Hati wano ine ntebe oyino kumanogireba wao. Ngogo mushiza sitamire mu yagwa. Bani bimuka kumukwata iwozo mu ntebe oshitami. Hati otari hii nawe noza kushitama omuntu. So ati twenka DP tukamanya what Ugandans what. Tukenda politics bakwita okusudia abantu. Tizo msaja sija kuogera na yeye msaja sija kola bwenti. That's not a politics. Me I might be having my personal issues with the NRM. Konka nanyi nekinkwenda mba NRM chikubenefiting my people. I will go to them. Because I'm going to parliament not to represent my personal and family issues. I'm going to parliament to represent my people from Bara South. Harimo abantu ba NRM, harimo abantu ba DP, aba FDC, aba PFF and other political parties. So I have to serve them ntabatani sebona because they are all Ugandans. So these political parties bili kama dini. Ngo Muslimu wenekwatana no Mukatoliki, no Protestanti, no Murokole. Because after all, we have one God. I don't know if you know that. Twinero hangomwe konka tukashara okwebaganisa buli omadu ngengeri yarabira mukola ki kumushaba inaba kushaba bemerire inaba kweshongora inaba kujuma hansi konka after all olino ogambe bizibu byawe manyi abantu bashaba ruhanga uri yashaba ruha kuyaza kushabagira ngo ruhanga bire binagambire akomaho because we na akora ki. So oyiro amadini we have very many religions konka tushaba ruhanga omwe kandi nibizibu byona naza kushanga bizibu byo kushaba but we pray them differently, but the same problems. So our problems, they are not political parties. Our problems are personal. Ngo NRM ya ari omoro na ari omoro. Hati Museveni ya najira ngo aba NRM bona bine kuba aba NRM bona bakuchagira bine kuba bari abagiga.
Kwa kugamba
ho mugiga. Hati let me give you an example. You see, bine program ya PDM. Nebagira ngo omuntu no muhaka kade yeho mboro. Do you know what a million can do? Mana ku million aha waza kuhika kulia buwate nowe ni mtwaro nshanjo. Do you know that?
Akugamba cost of living ziriya higo.
Cost of living are high. Ati Museveni ajirengo alona ahiriza abantu ka sente baze mu kuchakara kunka. There is no way you can be out of poverty with 1 million.
No, you cannot say that. Abo kugamba abantu barugirene baho bujurizi miliyoni imwe y'abahire ehindwira magaragabo. Abarunzire nkoko niboreka project enkoko
ekijuje enkoko katandika ekijuje enkoko ekikubasa kuri senkoko 50 ekike noje no chombera sasete zinga kukitekaho kikembera. How much do you need?
Omanyire no tandikaho ekyaka kasenta ko yine the budget ejo budget yiba kwa miliyoni emwe oyine kuba no omanya ekijuje enkoko ekyo naza kuwombeka kine kuba kiri ya miliyoni emwe gibamba.
What is in PDM? One time Kareba Museveni agire isinjiro kurambura omuntu who claims ngo akatunga sente mu PDM yakora urutoke maana yema tochigana buri kwezi manya bikozire bita kongo urutoke rwa kumurambuza byo myaka 10 PDM emazire myaka ingayi 2 oshango omuntu ali naneka president ente yazire mirundi 2 kikumanyise mazire myaka nkeji PDM eri mu kagumene chweka. So abantu ngo bo bakatunga ibintu na PDM etakize.
But noreba sente ezo either ayakore ko rutoke azikozise okwimproving some of the areas umurutochorwe ayakureka ngu ente hine nkokuzi ente improving ariko sa
the meaning of PDM there has changed. PDM bazita sente zaba wejere nibagira ngo PDM ezo ne sente zo muntu atakatunga oga miliyoni yeki ya sente
atakafuna
miliyoni omagaraki. That's where the target.
But you have seen those people.
When you didn't correct that money is target to those people. Abatakatunga oga miliyoni nompulikiza hatoshango omuntu aine ekitano z'orutoki oshango omuntu aine ente mukaga oshango omuntu aine empunu 30 who is getting PDM money. So is that money being given to the right person?
Ezo sente nezimuyamba okwimproving some of the areas.
I've told you PDM only targets abantu abatakatunga oga 1 million
kandi lives. Tubarebere Haji Uzairuka sana tubarebere miliyoni emwe agikozise kuzirabe ziri enkoko yazifuna mama goba kubera abe bibiri nkoko runda ebikoke bindi nabyo abibunzire kandi yafuna mama.
Ati tinguza commenting PDM because abantu bona biturebire bakoze sente konjero mbi bakora tukarebere umuntu akoze sente from the scratch kutunga akakora ki no bona no bale ya president zana ine embizi 2 nebu nafuna sente ninyongerako ningule mmere kati zazadde but yagambira when he got money and when those pigs gave birth you see it's a different story. So Museveni why never yaya bakumukora abakozi ba sente za PDM ni bazigabira Museveni yaza kurambura Museveni akozesa 400-500 millions kurambura project ya miliyoni emwe nochimanye ekyo
nomwebembezi wihanga Mr. Uzairuka gasana
manya mpurikiza wabori nyineka tokubaza kuboda askari tokubaza kuba no simure enju tokubaza kuba no yuze motoka yawe tokubaza kuba niwe kuteka ori nyineka. Museveni has RDCs aba RDC nabakawo naba MP ni emirimo yabo kuchondoza no kukuratira programs za government.
Iyo no chemanyangu orora magoro wa president orwabiye nakoro mwihanga abire nagezaho okufollowinga up sente eziyatire omu project ya PDM zikire omu bantu orebero bu video bwena emerra hino ruguto ari kubuzo mukazi directire sente za kutuka ko
abo kino bamubereza mukazi ogwari ya muhanda
random na emerra random
atiyo ori omunyamahuru ogumo buze photograph interpretation ngo bakazi bakushanga muhanda abakubuza randomly na ro parking kumaraje no mukazi yamera ahantu kakodireje no kireba. So ebintu bibiri staged yoto kubasa kurambura project yayo tire billion igana ryo no girambuza billion 15 esente zo kosa kurambura ni sente zo wahira ba
Uzairuka sana ubwo president wihanga security yeye eri too much detailed kandi ezo sente ziri constitution ezakukozesa nobu yakuba naza anywhere ezo sente ziri constitution. We must speak in that line.
At New York and many people will tell you this. The beneficiaries of PDM have never got that money.
Abantu nibaho obujulizi omumisho ga kamera tufunire sente.
Iwe kankubuzi. Oinobo tunjira ko obujulizi?
Yeah, I've been seeing them.
Who took you there?
I have been covering the president. Ijwera omukampani.
Yati kankubuzi. Tinkubaza kweta abantu bakizao mukabagambira mugambe ekyo kabakavaringa bakagarukayo. Does it mean that thing happened?
You know chimangu president abire nabuza even random people. Ayihayo nko omuntu agamba mureke aisha gambe. Abo batiraho bagamba bitu areba omuntu ari kugeza kwimusika mukono agamba ogwe mureke nawe aisha gambe kandi agambe kumukwata.
Hati I want to submit on this. The PDM money never benefited the beneficiaries.
According to you.
Not according to me. Me, I was in Gulu one time. General Sally said in courts the PDM money is meant to be given to people that has never received 1 million in their lives. So waza kureba 90% of the people abahira PDM batunye na millions kurengo muri 10 in their lives. Njundu wecho
omulevi wa tayari West TV tuchari na Haji Uzairu Gasana Luima kandi ogogu ayisimbire aha ntebe yobinyishenjero okuruga omumbarara y'amashuma mbarara South turukushakura obwonko ni muhurire byakugamba twatandikira aha nshonga bwenki yatorine ekigombe echa DP yatuheshongaze turi kumubuza amukagugwa NRM na Democratic Party ari kugamba anshongaze. He has also ya commenting aho aha bintu bya PDM kandi twanjera twagamba namivuyo eyabasize kuba neba omurimbarra omudelegates conference nabyo hine nko kuyabigambaho ajuze irugasana tushagumza mutushekuru ubwonko. Now tugende anshonga za Electoral Commission. Electoral Commission imwenkebe gombe ebiri kukora hansi y'amateka ga Electoral Commission akachika kari kutebekanisa eby'Akaruru. Orateka ngu hine nkokumu twizibweje ninga hine Electoral Commission ngokwita ku batwazaje iyo Electoral Commission omukireka Akaruru ne batwarize
hati Electoral Commission cyo kubanza tukagirugaho iyo ne kore byayo because it's an independent electoral body but it gets orders. Hati let me give you an example. Did you see what conspired in Kawempe North by elections?
I covered.
You covered?
I covered.
Did you see the involvement of the military, of the JAT, of the SFC bakutera abantu live on camera? Electoral Commission ekureba. Did you see that?
Yeah, some journalists were hurt. Abanyamahura bamwe bakatera.
So what's the use of the Electoral Commission? Electoral Commission has to set guidelines. Amahe chi stay out of elections. Kogano shanga one candidate is being beaten. Bamutagure myenda bakora chi Electoral Commission erene. So what's its story? Okareba one of the polling stations. I'm giving you an example of Kawempe North. Nikawempe there. Akara abakutora n'obururu bakaba ari rushansho. Abakutora n'obururu. The registered voters on that area were 700. So bakatwara 900 ballot papers. Hati bagira one candidate yatunga obururu rukaga 20. One candidate. So on the voters that are supposed to vote nasigara abantu 8. So bagira another candidate got 350 something. So bururu bwazo muri 10. Muri 10 na 10 chance there. Kandi bagira ngo ashaka obururu 4. So bururu bwaza omuri 10 4 something. Mwatara ballot papers urenda. Hashaka wo 4. Batero bururu 10. So what's that?
iyo nocheta kitu
so electoral commission nkayo okabo okazana ompira
kalire katire
shaga rifari na timu yakukagira
electoral commission kitine we kagira
niyo ningambira rifari bakateba goro akarema no kutera wiso akatera omungara akaguruka kahaga ariyo na support that team. So that's what electoral commission is.
Akagambo independent electoral commission tine we kagira
ati otokurura nibagira kale omusajja musiramu nira byakola si abasiramu tokacyuraoga kushanga omusiramu nanywa maro konkano omusiramu hati what do you mean electoral commission is independent? What do you mean by being independent?
Can you negamba ne
shuga? That is a word, but we see people ayiba kukora ekino kigambo independent. You see very many people here, very many words tibikubanyisa bikukora ki ebiba kukora. So ati tukwenda this 2026 general elections we are putting electoral commission aminzani ntwenda ebintu nkebi nkaba candidate ntwenda all the registers of each polling station, each candidate abayineho copy ngu each polling station eriho abantu aba nibakutereraho numbers, if possible watereze daba zina ngaba abantu abakutereraho ne certain polling station wakireba tukwenda oshange polling station eriho abatorani bishatu yaruga obululu 10 ninga rushanju. We don't want to find that thing. Nje tukwenda kumanya wakireba tunde twereze rose registers etwereze ki na nekindi eteke ODR forms zikumara. The first DRA forms going to the tally center, the second DRA forms going to the agents, the third one goes to the aspirant. Nguri maba ine DRA form wachireba because obulunubugara a polling station baza kuika tally center you find different things, but kandi bichirize nabantu bichirize video and photograph evidence. Ngu returning officer yagira ngwa yargo rubina, let the agent take a picture, let the agent take a video, maza atari sedem kasoma rubitano, let you accept that proof. Yabe recorded very well, you cancel that thing because oburuba kuiba. That's how they were saying votes. You saw what happened in their soccer galas, the so-called primaries. Did you see what happened?
Was it the soccer gala?
It was the soccer gala. Okabawajira soccer galas za secondary zimpira. Do you know what happened there? Uganayita mchubana no gaito mchuba ugaito wa university ugaito wa boda bonda baza kusamba nabana oshanga ngu amasomero ga secondary ishomero dirimo abana babiri abishomero abandi n'abachinjaji abamwe n'abavuzi ba boda abatezi ba broker abantu ba university biza kushamba mpira hati aba bantu babiri basomba abantu. Do you know what they were doing? They were using a delaying tactic. Ngo polling station a delaying akutera wahura baza kuri yabona batera bahiza biruka bazoko, then they open this one also votes hatu shanga ngo polling station abantu barengo buru obubini. So electoral commission this time it has to be more careful. Let them avail to us those details. We want to know how many voters per polling station. Ntwenda bichiriza ba agent bitu kutelebishani kwata video during and after. Kan twenda bichirize what was captured to be presented on the tele center in the case of anything kibata kuchenga, because we know reba abantu bine DRA forms oli agira ngu DRA form na turning agent ajini, turning officer ajini ngogu ni byaranjire jumwira it's different. So this person says ngwa itwendolete form yenyini, you give them only 2 forms no ndajiye, but he has given an evidence of a picture. The returning officer akwasire DRA form eriho bururu iwo ineyo ine eriho bindi ariyo nakoreke tokwenda kubireba no mugambera runde another one ajiyenkai. So ntwenda babe this time they were very lenient and obedient to us because we are their bosses. They have to be obedient to us. Bino kurata ebitukwenda ntwenda bareka abantu ba campaigning freely because it's electoral time, it's campaign time. We don't expect police kureba egamba abantu kufereza kiri alise kwikiriza campaigning. The problem we get now, the police never recruiting abayayi abatakumanya mateeka bagira mu campaigns are starting after nomination.
Abapolisi abakugenda training emyezi 9 they are professional tebali bahiri
mani baba training ebindi konkata this big thing they don't train them. Ati iwe bagira ngo electoral commission yagira ngo general campaigns for the country wide they are starting on a certain date, so time reaches you will know buzo muntu kiri arrange to campaign no we namagezi kandi oshango lino buzo konka inakora baho on the certain party wali na campaigning a freely
ndari
mbulinganisa wadi ntwendo mpira tukwenda kuzo mshayi abamba bakomera amaguru abandi babihiremo enkiito ngo gitimu ine kuzara butu imemene kusambise bijere tukwenda ebyo ntwenda tuzo mu Akaruuru tuzo mu campaign twine equal rights. We need to see police protecting us, not guiding us, because it's not their role. They are not electoral commission. So nibe tukwenda mburu so abantu bita bambara south ntuza kubashomesa what they need to do, ntuza kubagambira ibintu byone ebyo. So manyengo Akaruuru it will be a different story from what happened. We shall not act any normal in an abnormal situation, because we have seen these things have been happening to everyone. So if you take them freely like that, they will keep on happening. So you have to find a permanent solution to everything. So electoral commission this time tenda kujireba ngo independent, it's protecting their candidates because they are paying the nomination fees. So they have to protect us. We want to see police keeping law and order. We don't want to see police breaking law and order.
Police nechwa ebeleju.
Yes, that's what it's doing.
But we believe police yihanga nekora ebintu ebiri professional.
Oturo mu Uganda ningo tura Kenya.
No, aba nabashija abagenzi reka barge ba training for 9 months. Barugayo bakunjukire.
Notakateka bya kuzomu ishomero narugayo n'amagezi.
These are armed policemen who are trained.
Nakubuza bya kuzomu ishomero narugayo n'amagezi.
Yabatine magezi bikushomagara.
Bawo nawo tine magezi rokwa training rokwa tine magezi.
Urabori mu ekiri special.
Manya kwego kozese muntu kugira ngo ina magezi gakukira abandi, because you know how to use a gun. Uno singa abandi amagezi. Kandi aba police nicyo bakumanya. Ito basivye no tero banga batine magezi. Kwa mjateka ansi tukateka emundu jiteka anso iza twereka. Ogira ato ku training akakorea. Maga ngambire. Here in Uganda you find a 5-star general, ninge 4-star general, ninge 3-star general. Hata kubasa kwiruka half a kilometer.
You cannot say that. Echo
amabondo bona karyoku noti ndogira tiko. Kadi bagumana baje fetwarwana. You fought because you are the one available. For us we are not there.
Abashija bari fiti, abashija bina mani. You can mbwenu ni general ho kubasa kutera kigwa.
Yendeka iyo nyendo bateke ko ro hariyo mukaseshe nuza kuyomba 5 10 bari admitted pressure zatemba. So we see a lot of things, but we decide to keep quiet. Hati abantu banja bambara because it's the main issue. So nyenda kubaraganza tuza kubakorera ibintu the things you have never got, because I have a lot of a big program for them. My only concern is Mbara South. Nyenda kushara magezi gone, not in my own money, but through funding, through friendship, through donations. I get a hospital for them. I get a school for them. I get a training institute that will train those people that are unemployed, wakatunga skills, bakeko revenue. I'll build a market, more especially in Katete. I want to call Ramhanda. I want to get a market for them. But when you're in parliament, you are in you are in the center. You can access UN, you can access World Bank. You must accessing very many big people that can help you implement those things. So I will lobby for them. Lechida want to bambara. No mayambara in history. Since Miriam Matembe and Winnie Banyuma, we have been getting people that are not from Barara. People, let me give you a geographical background. You see, Isinjiro, Bara South, a border in Isinjiro. So the MP of Isinjiro is the father of the MP of Bara South, the MP of Mbarara North is a relative to the other south and Sinjiro. Then kubahirize baleta na mayor. So these people want to make a territory. Gogo ekijemeanya ne yabo. Bono ntunga. Hati nyo ninjira ebyo bintu ebirungi bagamba bakwenda kutukorora abanje batakubanza kubikorora because Mbarara South is better than Sinjiro. Chikumanyisa ngo wenda kukora ebirungi ngako kugira oyine kubandiza abarumuna bawe asho inkuru wa abantu ba family yawe. So their family is in Sinjiro. Ito ntekateka ngo abantu bazeyibitu abatuyire omunonga barugeho balete batabane bawo they go in their seats. Kunga tukenda bagume kuriya kandi bagume basindike batabane bawo bizinkai.
Ebigambo byawe byamuheru turi kubumba mu program age.
So abantu banja Mbarara South ebimukwetenga byona nimpimanyi nani cyumukwenda nacyo ninkimanyi. I'm expecting a new energy, I'm expecting a new face, I'm expecting a new ideas, I'm expecting a new workways, can be expecting a new change. Magumani mugamba ngo no change ni utokuza kuhinduka because waje tokwenda kuhinduka. When you say no change it means tokwenda kola kuhinduka. So tukubashaba buri obana abasakora, everyone can work. Konga to that trying abantu bentani so turebe we compare. Buri mine cyo kongeraho because we are doing things differently. Ababiro bine bakozire tukwenda kubiyaho nituzine tukwenda kukora kongeraho. Kandi tukwenda kukora ebire bari twenda kukora bitu because we are serving our own manifesto, our own agenda. So nimbashaba this time muhindure mukache omukara noreba abarisa baba tine green obunyasi bwa green bagira ngo ende ziti tuza kufa. So nani mbashaba Mbarara South yona mujihindure green. Maiza kuhinduka green ebimwe ahinga byona ebiza kumurisa ebiza kukungura mutunga sente mutunga magoba. So you trust the green color mwesige mfuka mwesige DP nanye nko mwana wanyu nanye munyesige nyowe tindi mwana w'umugiga tindi mwana w'umoro kandi tindi mwana w'umugiga konka ndi umwana wa burijo nk'abana banyu bimwashomise bakabura emirimo abimwashomise bakabura kubakwataho. So konkimo kumwaremire kwata abana banyu surprising muri mukwata abana babandi abarije hati nimwe mukwata abana banyu abari kubi bakwata abatayi babo mureke kubazambaza abantu abandi abatakubamanye mukabaita abanwani banyu. Iji political scene turimu ne yakasente nyinani bashaba mukwata kasente ako maiza kwata kasente ako mukali kuna yani Mbarara mumpe wona sente izo nanye kore campaign tubabinge tubiro sente zitu zona. So tuza kwata na ground tuza kumantu bayika mpora tukize bitekateko byanyu na nebitengo byanyu tukwati neji nk'abantu baburijo abakumanyana tuza kubikwataho kandi tuza kubikora nshabaruhanga atwebembere ndeki nyenda twena tumanyi ataba muntu wena wabakanga atarwaye muntu wena obatina tinisa. Politics is not about money. Politics is not about who is your father, how much you have. Obuteje kibona ne bugo waruhanga.
Ogwe ne Haji Uzeiru Gasana Luima ogu niwe arikwenda entebe yobunyishenjero okuruga omu mashuma gambarara akandi ebigambo byone byagamba tibiri bya tayari West TV nebigambo byeye nkawe itwe nka tayari West TV ogwito nogo kumutayisa akashekuro bwonko nitwe akagamba byakwenda kugamba kwenda iwe omuntu ari kureba orutime ndangwizina ofune ekiwafuna omuruganiro rwito kandi nkaburijo ninkuhereza okuruga omururembo rukuru orwihanga Kampala Uganda amakanda twaba tugasimbere akabungo akandeje still omururembo orwa Kampala. Ivan Nyesigani go mazina ganje from where it is happening as it happens. Deka tugarukire batahe baitu omu studio ruhanga barinde.
hoteli restaurant uhereza bwo murembo muri Mbarara City ahi barukwereza breakfast ngakatogo omelette rolex shumbusha chapati chai yamate eyo mukaru akatunda ko murembe nebindi
bineyo na cyamushanere kutandika shamu kagazi ihangwe nibateke nkoko embuzi ecenyanja mucemo obushaza akaro ekitoke